Welcome back. We are back on the road. Where I left off, we had a little bit of a question mark in regards to what was wrong with my bike. That has been answered. Come to find out, there was a $2 washer that failed and was causing the most minor of oil leaks. Both places that I stopped and got it looked at said, you know, you could probably just push on without any issue. Just if you want to be careful, then just check your oil levels every few days, because it wasn't cooling. There was no actual issue with the bike. It was still running like a top. But I told them, I was like, one, this is a new bike, fix it. Two, I'd rather not have any worries moving down the road and trying to get home. And they agreed. Big shout out to both Iron Supply Power Works, or Power Sports, Iron Supply Power Sports in Katy, Texas, and Indian Motorcycle / Polaris. They got out the parts super quick. They fixed my bike. I had it back in a couple days. She's good as new. Well, except this got worse. This guy got a little worse. But my local dealership is going to fix that. I gotta say, mildly disappointed that there have been a couple minor things that have failed on this bike on its maiden long trek. I can also say, if something had to fail, I am very glad that it was something that did not affect the operation, reliability, or safety of my bike. I just realized I'm going slow as hell, which is ironic because I'm in Houston. I'm outside of Houston, and one thing I found out is that people like going slow here. Some people like going really fast, like this guy. But some people, they like putting along. But it is time to get back on the road. I've been in Katy, Texas for a week, teaching a camp. It was a wonderful experience. It always is. I love coming out here. And now it is time to begin the long trek home. In typical fashion, I recorded 0 parts of the camp that I taught this week. I have 0 evidence that I was even here, except the memories and thoughts. The one thing about this part of the journey, though, this trek, it is absolutely going to be one of the most boring parts, if not the most boring part thus far. 6.5 hours entirely on the interstate. There is literally no other way to get there. So the scenery won't be good. It won't make much of a video, but at least I will have record of what I'm sure will be the most annoying part of this trek. But I got a little something planned for myself when I get to my midway point, because there was actually a time, and now I look back on it and I'm like, what an idiot. There was a point when I looked at my return trip and I was like, okay, if I drive straight from Katy, Texas to my home, It's just like a little over 12 hours. I could do that. And then I kept thinking. I said, you know what? Maybe not. So I have a little stop planned. A little leisure cruise. A little self-care. Planned about halfway between here and home. Hoping to get there by 4 o'clock today. And then when I get there, it should be a good time. Or at least a relaxing time and a refreshing time. Until then, enjoying the scenery of a super flat interstate. I'll check in if anything interesting happens, which I'm not expecting it to. And then tomorrow, or the next day, we shall see. I'll be back on the road to Atlanta. So let's get on the interstate. Let's crank her, boys!
Sister, brother, help me. Down to the bottom, face the problem, a slave to myself, no one else can hold all the answers, take a chance or die. In my head, something says, yeah, mother, father, sister, brother, help me.
Just a little check-in on the bike. I do want to restate, the bike has been running great. Not a big fan of the issues, but Polaris has been great about warranty, repairs, getting parts out incredibly fast. And as far as the little thing that I didn't need to fix, but decided I didn't want to wait till I got back, Iron Supply Power Sports in Katy, Texas knocked it out of the park. Got me in, got me checked in, diagnosed the problem before my ride even showed up. And were very communicative through the entire process. Got me in and out. And I mean, just were phenomenal. Phenomenal to work with. Great spot too, man. Wish there was a spot near me like that. But anyway, we're through Houston. I'm going to continue on the road. Going to be passing through Baton Rouge here in a little bit. But I said I would stop on the other side of Houston for gas, so of course I had to hit the bussies. I'm going to go in and use the restroom and try not to walk out with $100 worth of things. Wish me luck. Well, I did it. I did it. The only thing I bought was an electrolyte drink that I'd planned on buying. Nothing else. I don't know how I did that. No barbecue, no jerky, no sweet treats. I made it happen. And I gotta say, I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of this bike. It's good to have this baby girl back. And she's running so good. Yes, you are. You're running so smooth, baby girl. Alright, that's weird. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to think. As the crow flies, as it were, 5 hours, 34 minutes. Plus stops. I could add a couple side quests. And I don't know what. You know, I'm going through Baton Rouge if I stay on the interstate. I could run through New Orleans. No, that sounds like a terrible idea. I'm trying to think if it's worth trying to find some sort of back road in the bayou. We're gonna get up to Beaumont. We're gonna see if we can't find something. Give ourselves a thought of, look at that sweet doggy, of what we could do. Ooh, she's starting up strong. She's been moving too, man. I don't know how to describe it. Like I said, there was never a problem with her running. But she has just been good. Eager this morning. So I don't want to let her down. I want to get right back on the road as soon as I can. Oh God. Why couldn't I have waited just a little bit longer? Oh, never mind, we got a green light. Everything is happy, everything is great. But yeah, Houston. Ran right through it. I mean, it is a Saturday morning. Had no problems with traffic. Got right in and out of Houston. Minimal issue. And by the way, I-10 coming out of Houston ain't bad. I mean, I wouldn't call it the most scenic part of the trip, but I've been on worse stretches of interstate, and I'm hoping that the rest of I-10 looks somewhat like that, if not a little prettier. Either way, back at it. So this is pretty cool. You know, we've been so fortunate with traffic. My uncle and I had that moment of weird traffic. But I have not really experienced much traffic. Being stopped on I-10 though, not my idea of fun. Oh my god, can I look in the truck? Oh, I want to look in the truck, but I don't want to do it while I'm rolling. I don't want to run into the back of the Silverado. Come back, truck. The vanity from my bike needs quenching. Yo, and I will say this. Get this visor open because it is already getting hot. It is like 9 a.m. local and it is already getting hot. I-10's kind of pretty. I-10 is kind of pretty. It's honestly a little surprising. I mean, like, I guess I'd you know, kind of like Arkansas. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. And I should have expected that. And we're like kind of on the bayou, right? We're getting there. But yeah, I mean, this is even, I think that this would be pretty if I weren't stuck in traffic wondering how long I'll be here and wondering if I'm going to have to overheat in the name of improving the infrastructure of these Texas roads, if we're still in Texas. We're getting close to Louisiana, we gotta be. I think Beaumont's in Texas though. I'm gonna let this run as long as I can, because I mean, if I gotta be here experiencing this, you gotta be here. I wish that semi would pull up so I could get out of the sun. You know, I had thought when I was looking at the map, or like when I'm glancing at Waze, I thought that the ETA had just randomly gotten longer, and I was like, well, why would it do that? Yeah, that's probably why. And this battery's probably about to die too. How long do I got in this? Oh my god. Okay, quite a ways. All right, that's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Oh my god. 2% battery. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop this video. I can't change the battery, so I'll check in with you after I get out of this. Probably go to a gas station, get fueled up. But thanks a ton, Texas or Louisiana, for this construction. I appreciate it. I'm having the time of my life. Hopefully I-10 has some much prettier views after this to make up for this barrel of laughs. Update. Zipper merge. People don't know how to do it, and that hurts my heart. That's why the traffic was there. Zipper merge. People didn't know how to do the zipper merge. That's it. That's all it was. No accident, no major construction for any length of time. 20-minute delay for a zipper merge. Texas, you are worse than Georgia. Also, to be fair, yesterday I announced to a table of people, when I spent 40 minutes going 8 miles, I said, anybody visiting Georgia from Texas is never allowed to complain about Atlanta traffic ever again. Because Houston, my God. And then Texas, why don't you know the zipper merge? But I want to give a shout out to my little squad of people, the little cluster of vehicles, trucks, cars, and etc. that I was in. They knew how to zipper merge. So when we got the opportunity, we crushed it. Everybody else, though, figure your life out. Back on the road, give me some good views, I-10. Your boy needs them.
Mother, father, sister, brother, help me. 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 Well, I'm becoming me, like all of those around me. Maybe they should see. Gotta get up and get out. Gotta get up and get out. Gotta get up and get out.
All right, I was trying to make it all the way to Lafayette, but traffic is building up and people are driving like dumbasses. So that's not fair. That's not fair. There's been some very kind people both in Texas and Louisiana who have, I don't know if he's turning left, I'm gonna feel like a dickhead. If he's turning right and just trying to get a wide turn. Oh. But there's been some very nice people both in Texas and Louisiana, which we're now in, who have let me in and have, well, I mean, literally give me a lot of leeway and motion me in. Oh, there's my girl. There's my girl. There's my girl. Hey, princess. Oh, yeah. But anyway, there's also been a number of people who have just raced to not let me be in front of them, even when I've been making zero effort to be that. Why does the Starbucks look closed? Why does this Starbucks look closed? Either way, I'm gonna get off, stretch my legs, maybe go get a bite at El Dorado Mexican restaurant, see how Louisiana's Mexican fare does. But I'm gonna continue on to Lafayette. I need to sit down somewhere and figure out if I want to take some back roads, get off the interstate at any point, see if I can see some scenes. I'm in no rush to get to where I'm going, and I'm actually making marvelous time so far. So I'll find out. I really hope this Starbucks is open. If not, I can make it all the way to Lafayette. And again, that's not Lafayette. At least I assume Louisiana doesn't call it Lafayette. I mean, the man is famous from being here, I thought. I'm rambling. All right, I need some food and I need some energy. Back in a while.
Down Bourbon Street, rain so cold, goodbye, Daddy.
Welcome back. So I have made a bit of an audible and decided to change up the plans a little bit. I am going to be taking the scenic route through Baton Rouge. But we have a familiar sight before I can even get there, which is all this wonderful traffic. Stopped at a town a number of miles back to get some coffee. And the lady mentioned, she was like, the traffic getting on the bridge in Baton Rouge is always bad, she said. Doesn't look like she was just whistling Dixie. I don't know if they do that in Louisiana. They might have a full jazz band play it all the time. That being said, I am hopeful that this route that I have planned, which is going to delay my arrival in Biloxi, Mississippi, which is my final destination today, I'm hoping it's going to look good. It looks good on a map. It looks real pretty on a map. But God knows how it's actually going to be in practice. Try to share as much of it as I can. None of my GoPro batteries are really charged. So I should probably turn off the camera because I don't know a single person who's just excited to see traffic. Oh my God. We're moving. I met a nice gentleman from North Carolina. At the gas pump, who said he comes through here semi-regularly, and he said it is always like this, but it does typically move. It very rarely stops. I am hoping that that is an accurate assessment, because I don't mind moving. When I'm moving, the AC's on. Oh boy, this sure looks like stopping. It's getting hot. I actually just stopped at that gas station for like 20 minutes just to let the bike cool down, let me cool down, because even with the scenic route that I'm taking, I had to come through this. If there was a way around this that would have added an hour to my drive. Didn't seem worth it. Oh my God, I love these signs that are warning you. They're like, speed limit up here drops to 60. Fuck you. What kind of twisted joke is that? Drops to 60. I would pay $600 to be going 60 miles an hour right now. Up here it is. Everybody slow down. It's 60 now. Can't keep going 80. Oh, that's a pretty bridge. Alright, I'm gonna have to save some juice on this camera, because I do want to see that bridge, but I feel like I'm an hour away from that bridge right now. I don't know if the semi's trying to come over or not, but he's had his blinker on for a mile. Alright, I'm turning this back on when I get up on the bridge. I'm not trying to drain the battery or make it burn up, because I am in what I believe to be the third inner circle of hell when it comes to what's reading on the thermometer. So let me get this bridge on camera when I get to it in 45 minutes. Well, might not be the scenic nature views that I got used to seeing earlier in my journey, but I do like these Baton Rouge views. Found out why this is always busy, by the way, and that's because, don't say they look like boobs. Don't say they look like boobs. Because the road forks up here, and everybody sucks. I am in the lane that I'm supposed to be for my next part of this journey. But I have seen people with Louisiana tags dipping in and dipping out of these lanes. Okay, this is pretty. I forgive you, Baton Rouge. I see why Garth Brooks had a song about you, Baton Rouge. Actually, I guess that was more about a woman. Holy hell. I should be in lane position 3. Somebody's gonna cut into my lane if they don't see me. This is one of those times where you start flipping that throttle. Witness me. Baton Rouge looks pretty though. I don't know how it would look up close, but oh, first stop, foot down. How about that? How about that, North Carolina? Oof, it's getting hot. All right, well, I think I have enough footage of this bridge. It is very pretty up here. I do like the view. And I am grateful, even though I am burning alive, that going this slow gives me the opportunity to look around. But looks like it's freeing up here, and I gotta save some battery juice for when I actually get on the road that I think is supposed to be scenic. So probably see you momentarily, hopefully with some good roads. No more interstate for like the next hour and some change. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. How did that happen? I blame the tinted rear windows of this Honda CR-V that does not have a tag on it. All right, I'm turning off the camera because I know my mom watches these videos and she probably just almost had a heart attack. Love you, Mommy.
She walks down Bourbon Street in the roar of the crowd. They don't roar like he did when he threw her to the ground. They don't see the black and blue under a torn nightgown. She
You know, a little earlier today, when I was just sitting and sitting on the interstate, I got a little melancholy, little sad boy. And part of it was genuinely because I'm like, man, I think that, you know, the trip's over. And I don't mean that to say that, you know, I haven't had a great time, I'm not ready to get home. I am. I'm ready to get to where I'm going today. Oh, it's beautiful. Ready to get home. I'm excited to get home. I just got hit in the head by some sort of flying insect stock. But on the interstate today, oh my God, yes. I got a little sad because I'm like, well, the trip is over. And by that, oh, look at you. I meant that all the best roads were behind me. When I was sitting in that coffee shop in not Lafayette, Louisiana, I made a judgment call. I said, I am finding a road. I don't know where it will be. I only moderately care how far off track it'll be. But I am finding a road that has turns and is interesting. I found that road. And I feel a little bit dumb for feeling the way that I did. If the best roads are behind me, that is my fault. That's what sort of dawned on me right now. I don't mean to make it like some quasi life experience, or like, you know, tie this into life, but it really has me being very introspective right now. And at least a little like, man, I was really boo-boo faced. And this was here the whole time, waiting. I could have stayed on the interstate the entire time, made it a shorter trip. But I never would have seen this. And this is one of those roads where I'm like, I don't think I will ever be on this road again. It's one of the things that has made this trip, hey Cal, this trip so special, is I just love seeing things that I will probably never see again. And this road is certainly that. Why would I be out here? Why would in my life I ever come out here? Oh, so beautiful. Imagine living here. But why would I be here unless I was on the interstate getting sad about my motorcycle trip winding down and I opened up Google Maps and said, that one bends a bit. And I honestly regret leaving the camera in time-lapse mode for as long as I did, because there have just been some, even on the non-twisty parts, just beautiful little scenes. Ooh, a little bit too quick for that corner. I mean, not really, actually. I was just paranoid. I've been on too many roads this trip where suddenly there's gravel in it. Oh my God, look at that church. Where now I just see, like right there. Oh, that's not on the road though. But now I just, anytime I get into anytime I get into a corner and I feel like I'm slightly too fast for it, instead of just leaning down and grinning and bearing it, I just imagine a gravel pit in the middle of the road that doesn't exist. But look at this, man. Anyway, I don't mean to be pontificating about perspective and road less traveled and try to sound smarter than I really am. But I do want to say, I guess sometimes you got a choice. Maybe sometimes the best roads are behind you. I'm gonna go to that bar. Or maybe sometimes you just gotta find a better road. Now I say all this and I'm gonna get back on I-10 or I-12 and it'll be gridlocked because it's like I wasn't good enough for you. No, you weren't. You had some pretty spots. That whole basin part, gorgeous. The rest of it, my guy, garbage. I don't know if a road could burn down, but I-10 would be the first on my list. Followed very closely by the Florida Turnpike. And then I don't know. I am afraid to go back to time-lapse mode. There's been so many things that when I go back and watch these, when I'm old, gray, forgotten that I ever rode a motorcycle, there's stuff on there that I don't know if I'll be able to catch in a couple frames. Woo! Ooh, she's running well today. It's like she knows. Good girl. There you go. Completely missed the Silverado pulling out in front of me. That's a high school? Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out about that. Oh my God. I feel like we just saw a K through 12 establishment in less than a city block. Look at this. I could be pouting on I-10 right now. I knew that I'd made the right choice when I pulled out to just top off gas, because I don't think I'm going to stop at this gas station I initially planned on stopping at. I got to get to my final destination. I knew I had made the right choice when I saw some sport bikes coming the other way, and I was like, all right. Dang, 5th gear, huh? All right. 6th gear feels a little left out, but oh my God. Is this the gas station? Oh, I'm not stopping. I'm not. I might just pull in though. You know what I mean? Nobody's behind me. Oh yeah, look at this little place. That's a lot of gravel. We're gonna say forget that. Never mind. Goodbye. Oh, there's more. I'm a scaredy cat. There was definitely enough pavement out there. Bro, did I just accidentally stumble upon a really awesome place to vacation or live outside of Baton Rouge, Louisiana? Because I feel like I did. I don't know if that's a cop. It's not a cop behind me. Is it? Is it? No. Is it? No. I think he just wants me to go faster. I couldn't tell if he was catching up to have a conversation or catching up to make me go faster. I think it's about safe to go back into time-lapse mode, and I will regret those words, and I will regret that decision. But a decision I will not regret is finding a better road, taking another path. Instead of just feeling sorry for myself and hating the interstate and hating the way that everybody with a Texas license plate really doesn't want you to pass them, but also really doesn't want to go fast. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm really tempted to put it in sport mode, but I should be wise and stay behind this truck. All right, well, I hope anybody that's watching this got anything out of my stupid pontification or middle school grade epiphany. But boy, I am glad that I am here. And I think a big part, I may be wrong about this, but I feel like, you know, one of those expressions that we use all the time that people don't say the second part of is when you talk about the road less traveled or the path less traveled. You gonna uppies? We're uppies. Didn't need uppies, glad I uppies. Oh, look at you! But it's my understanding when you're thinking about that expression, like, you know, or the whole, is it a poem talking about the path less traveled, that the point isn't, what a adorable little spot, isn't that you should literally take the path less traveled. It's more about just making a decision. I am glad I made this decision today. Let's see if we can't tie this up with something really smart, profound, that my entire just diatribe that I've just gone off on can all be about. One sentence sums everything up that will give you justification for listening to this with what I'm sure is an ample amount of wind noise. Remember to drink your Ovaltine. Nailed it. Mississippi! I am back inside of you! Yeah! Oh shit. That was a good time to scream. How about that? Everybody trying to go into the Welcome Center or something? Oh man, boy with an RV better see me. What was that? What is still this? Thanks for the nice welcome home, Mississippi. Well, not home. Thank Christ I don't live here. I mean, Mississippi's great. Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe that's what everybody's looking at. There's like nobody getting off at this exit. What was all that braking for? I wonder if somebody slowed down to take a picture. I have seen that shit happen before. I don't know if there's gas at this exit. I sure hope there's gas at this exit. It said next exit 18 miles. But yeah, I'm sitting here thinking like the first big part of this trip for me was crossing into Mississippi. Damn, I don't see any gas stations listed on here. It's like, you know, I'd been to Alabama, like, hadn't taken my bike to Mississippi. But here we are, back in Mississippi. There's not a gas station here. You know what I can do? I can just go to this welcome center, take a little tinkle, and welcome myself to Mississippi. By the way, I'm pretty confident when that black Mercedes I was behind passed me initially, he was in the middle of getting an old-fashioned from his passenger. Can I go to NASA Infinity? I'm gonna try. I want to say thank you for waiting, but also thank you for staring. It makes me feel like a pretty boy. Is this a thing? What is NASA Infinity? I mean, I think I have enough gas to make it to my final destination. Yeah, I totally do. So I could just, if I could NASA Infinity, I don't need gas. I can get it if I stop. Okay, I feel this definitely looks like a place I would have to pay to enjoy, and I don't enjoy paying. Interesting. You know, somebody could have taken a pressure washer to that Saturn IV rocket. I'm only calling it Saturn IV because it looked too small to be a Saturn V, and I don't know rockets. Can I get closer? That's exactly what this guy's like. I don't enjoy paying. Wait, is that actually part of a Saturn V? That's pretty cool. But again, like, wash it, maybe? Is that sand right there? I can't tell. Just discoloration. Okay. That is pretty cool. Yep. Look at her. Look at her. She's like, this is free. That's pretty neat. All right, I guess we'll go to the Welcome Center. Or not. I mean, maybe we just hop back on the interstate and finish this, man. I was gonna stop and get gas. Yeah, maybe we just finish this. Nah, I gotta pee. I gotta stop. Then I'll get back on the interstate. Here we go. Update. I have peed. I have Mississippi'd. I feel very welcomed into this fine state. Oh, and I just realized that I'm also a bit of an idiot. Ready for this? We're back. We're back. Now we're ready. watch out, it is getting hot. Hottest part of the day. And I parked out of the shade at a welcome center. Range 116, 50 miles to go. I think I might end up having to get gas once I get off the interstate just to be safe and not have to look for it when I'm there. That's fine. That's fine. But boy, am I ready to get to where I'm going. My butt is feeling nice and sore. I am sweating like a stuck pig. Boy, howdy, am I ready to be lying down. Freshly showered. Water running off my chin from the ice cold bottle of whatever they have at the front lobby. This isn't me normally. I can't wait. I can't stop again, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, they didn't have to slow down, so. Back on the interstate for just a brief little while, under an hour now. Under an hour, and I will be done with the interstate. At least until I have to get back on the interstate for another 6 hours to get home. But that is future Josh's problem. Current Josh will be resting soon enough.
It ain't the alcohol that makes me so bold. Just trying to catch a glimpse of a better life, where I don't have to run to come home at night to my baby. My baby, now I'll never know. This old familiar song has got me in the mood. Sing out loud, go acting like a fool. I wasn't listening to a word you said. I still got skulls and bones running through my head. It's my baby, now I'll never know. I'm always defending what gives them the right. I'm always defending, there's no end in sight. Now the bread is on the table and the kitchen smells like wine. I'm singing to myself to make the most of my time. Lately I've been thinking.
So, not that it was a mystery, but my final destination of luxurious Biloxi, Mississippi is actually at the marvelous MGM property of the Beau Rivage Resort and Casino. Treat yourself. I want to play some poker and eat at a buffet and potentially drink until the wee hours of the morning. I think that's how we will do this. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here if you were. I need to figure out how to get checked into this, because I don't want to carry this heavy ass bag all all the way from the parking garage to here, so I need to find out if they have any particular motorcycle parking. But anyway, if you were here, I appreciate it. If you come back, thanks even more. But how about a much better trip than anticipated? Update you later. Bye-bye.